Good evening, folks. It's 2026 on the 23rd day, 6th month, 2022. A 23-22 day. And we got a lot of EMF going on in man-made weather. As you're talking about this ocean current no longer coming along this way, right, and getting y'all, it's coming along and getting y'all. The El Nino, the El Nina, all these classic effects that they give names to the things that cause disasters don't often show you the true causation of heated water, heated air, and motions of fluid. As you can see, most of the world's moisture actually is over here in this one sector of the world here between 10, 50, and 60, right in here along the equatorial line, right? Almost all of it's in this one section, so it's easily manipulated. So as you'll see here, you'll see a beam come up. You'll see it from here to here, actually. And I've got it more documented than this, actually, to make it a little easier to see. Because I'm watching the perfect timing, actually, of bringing this over here to meet this moisture here, right? To impact these storms in New Zealand. Right, so they're timing this moisture and this moisture. Watch it, and this is over a long period. I'll take down the timestamp for you, so you'll see the amount of time going by. Right. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Yeah, I've got you on the 120 time span, because I wanted a good long look, so I can notice any patterns in any shifting of the moisture. Whenever you have a big blast like this, you'll notice moisture here, like this is a beam, right? I'll show you the entire beam, actually. See if I can get it up. Right near the end here, you'll see. Okay, here's the beam swath path, as it's known. And it's a classic curved hook beam, right? Here's one end of it here, right? And it curves along inside this condensates here. The other end of it is here. That's telling me you got a ship down here. It's usually the Chinese one does this. And has it caused an Antarctic blast or not? It's hard for me to tell at that moment in time. But you can see the hook pattern of it. Very, very plain. If I'm lucky, she'll jump screen on me with my arrows. No, it didn't do too well there, did it? Oh. Now, let's not do it that way. Bit of a tickle down here as well. So I'm going to rerun this now. Okay? So you can see this beam. We'll run it a little faster so you can see the pattern develop. Now they hit the beam on, right? That's going to force this moisture here, right, to heat up. So as you heat up moisture right around the equator, it does weird things. Up here, it's going to rotate this direction. It's going to kick this up and around. But as it comes down here, you get the opposite. Right, this is a strange workings that you have to take into consideration. Let me see if this is playing. Awesome. Right, okay. Now they're perfectly timing the arrival of this with this to yield a very bad storm for this area. The wind's going to be roaring through Cooks. It's going to impact Richmond, Nelson, significantly winds. Wind stored for Christchurch, but I don't see a lot of rains or snows for them. You see the beam right there? You want to see a better shot of it? Right here. Okay, I've got this already set up. Right, if I can go down a little bit, you'll see this a little bit better. Right, here's your beam swath. I could just catch the tickle of this one. Backwards, backwards. Forward, bzzzt, she's at. She's hitting here, see, just a tickle here, and just there. Right? We watch these things. That's EMF manipulating a storm, controlling the weather that's going to impact New Zealand. You see the beam? It's much more pronounced now. You see the other end of it goes here, goes right across your mountains. And this is going to force up some of that cold air. Could make some frost, and it's definitely going to cause this to heat up. And when this heats up in this hemisphere, what happens? I'm going to keep asking these questions like a teacher sometimes. You guys want me to teach you dynamics. Well, hot air in this is higher pressure. Higher pressure in the southern hemisphere rotates counterclockwise, opposite in the north. So you'll think that's hotter. So whatever's already up here is going to kick into this. It's going to kick into these valleys. It's going to kick this up in here and around. Right? It's going to kick this in. Right? And in the meantime, you got a cold system over here kicking up into it from the pressure maps that I'm watching over here. Right? I'm all on this. I am all on this. And there's a lot of factors into a forecast I have got to take into account to do my final determination so I can feel comfortable going out of town without you guys panicking too bad. Right, this high pressure should be in control of things. However, you got a 14 line here, right? So we go 2 up, 2 down on this particular one. Because the jumps ain't big. I do a 5 jump. Yeah, 5 bar. Either side of the 14 is storm zone, right? So that puts Melbourne, Victoria, right in the deadline of getting smacked, and you're gonna get smacked. But it's not gonna be a long duration smacking. It's just like Daddy took you to the woodshed, counted to 10, and it got over. But meanwhile, the moisture came in, and you're volatile as long as this is here. Now watch New Zealand. Watch the weather plan. I'll let this roll a moment while I sip my cup of water. And again, you get winter is here, right? It's winter. Thunderstorms for Auckland with some extremely heavy rains as that comes through here on over the next 24 hours. See it? Let's just put a total here, Auckland, so we can get an idea. So come about 1300 my time, which is about Saturday, about lunchtime. The storm is impacting you and it's gone by. So bring your raincoats when you go out. Right? Well, you ought to be ready for winter, man. That shit's going to be cold. Right? Temperature wise, it is not particularly warm. And you start adding some wind, and well, you're cold, man. And watch this wind that's going to come through Cooks here. Watch this. This thing's going to roar through here. You got a big accumulation of wind. I was watching it the other day. Look at this. Look at your wind accumulation. Man, you don't want to be out here in your boat. You don't want to be here. You want to be up here. You know, go up fishing Napier. But even then, man, that's not little bits of wind. You won't be caught out in that. Don't be an idiot. I love seeing your wonderful catches of the bounty of the ocean. But you see these accumulated winds here? This is bad through these areas. So be very careful during travel. Or if you're planning on doing the crossing, make other plans. Don't do it. Don't be an idiot. Don't become a statistic or try to win the Darwin Award. Like Nelson, you get in a bit of a calm, but you usually do as the wind releases from the mountains. You get a bit of relief that these areas around you don't get. However, you'll be the nice pocket of cold air for you. As far as new snow is concerned, there's a great disagreement actually in who says what. Right? This one says that you're going to spread out, which I'm more in agreement with, and I actually see your snow could go more toward here, depending on the wind effect and how much EMF they heat down low. But I see you could easily have treachery and going through Arthur's Pass and all that. I'm more going with this GFS model. But however, some of the heavier amounts will come further north through in here. Christchurch, you're looking good. You just windstorm. Wind and light rain. A couple heavy pockets, but mostly it's nothing to really be hugely concerned about, and it doesn't look like snow. So it's mostly wind and tides that accumulate inside this bird shape here. Yeah, I went there. I love my Imaginarium. It never goes away. But my Imaginarium don't imagine all these lines. This is data and that I have to process, and I'm going to get this right. The storm is still on for Cairns. Cans. A can of Cairns. Did I do that okay for y'all? Right, the pressure pump is currently here. You got a low and a low. So a lot of the action is going to be side to side actually, because there's so much pressure block between these two. And until this one starts sucking this way, because this one here is lower than this will start to move along. And as this move along, this will begin to dominate. As this dominates, because, like I said, it's going to start kicking this cold air up in. And when that happens, you're going to get snow. You're going to get snow from here to here, and it's going to be blizzard-like through from about here to here. I hope they warn you guys about it. That I'm kind of agreeing with this, actually. This is the new snow. Now let's go heavier. Yeah, let's go heavier. Let's put some wind in with that. And, well, it's going to throw off your travels that day. Let's see, that was 5 days from now. Heavy wind, heavy wind. Yeah, when that comes through this day here, this is bad. Yeah, expect very bad wintry, blizzardy conditions through here. Even look at the pressure line. Look where the 14 is. Okay? Always remember your 14s. Know where it is at all times. Know what your high is doing. It's sucking from here to here, right? So anything from here could get pumped up into here, come up and around. And that is where the moisture is coming to Cairns. Right, so now I know where that's coming from. Do you see how I did that determine? Now, let's see how much. How much water are they going to get? Now I got to... The beam came through here, backed up this. So it would be like I put my hand down in front of an oar stroke. How much water goes against my hand? Now that's going to begin to swirl, right? And they'll direct it north or south. And that needs one more beam to the side. And there it is. Second one backs up here. Forces down. All right. And we got a down here, right? Your moisture is going to come from here. And it's going to come up and in from here. There's no other way that can come. So she's going to go through this, the Vanuatu Express. And you're looking at about 6 days. Yep. There's no other way that can work. It's the EMFO effect. Right? Let's call it what it is. EMF-controlled weather. Chem bombs suck. And now I'm going to show you that part of it. Right, here's your current conditions. I know you guys are curious about what's going on. I'll leave this one off. Oh, yeah. And by the way, the earthquake risk for Bali right now is extremely high. If their volcano needs to vent, or they're in trouble because of this beam path. If this doesn't vent, this will kick off. Look at the beam. Okay? And so I'm going to elevate their risk of natural disaster. Man-made natural disaster. You know, human nature's disaster. Right? Human nature beams your storms that cause disasters. So I'm going to go now to see what the Pluminata, the not see it's are up to. Right, what I got here is a line of EMF with cloud going over it. Chem bomb shit. But watch this here at the end going the other direction. See what we can do is stop and go. You see where we are? Welcome to Radelaide. Bzzz, getting fried all over us. See how that just stays in place? I know you get sometimes get lift over a mountain range, right? But they're not exactly straight, all of it. And they don't creep in the other direction, like this one's doing. Watch where I'm pointing. At the beginning of the loop. Phew, goes the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Come on, come here, you. Come here. Stop. Now you'll come here. Right, watch this. See this one here? Now I'm going to go forward. It's going the wrong way. Should be going that way. All the clouds are going that one direction. All this is staying in place. Standing waveforms. Look at the chem bombs going over Mount Baker. Here, I'm going to turn some of this off. Right, see where we are? These are chem bomb plumes going over. Right here. Oh, they made it blurry. See it right there? That's magic been drawn. Look. 5-pointer. Now you don't see it. Boom! And there she goes. Chem bombs all along this line here. Look at the EMF dispersing this bzzz right here. I'm going backwards, by the way. Let's get it back to the beginning. This will be 4 hours ago. Let's look at this one. Boris the Spider. Okay, I'm going to go forward 10 minutes. How far is it going? There we go, the beginning of the feed. We got a crest with feathering, spider webbing. Walking in a spider web. Leave a message and I'll call you back. I do not own the rights to Gwen Stefani or any of her music. Please don't purge me. Look at the chem bomb here. Isn't that weird? Like they drew a stick figure. Is that a toilet sign? No, it's just making your skies look like shit. Look at this. How do you have shitty weather? Put shit in your skies. Chem bombs suck, man. It's like Cthulhu, man. Octopus. He's coming to get you, folks. Chem bombs suck. They're going up your nose. They're going up without the rubber hose up your nose. Arnold Horshack. Remember him? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Mr. Cotter. Mr. Cotter. Let's just run it a minute. Faster, faster. Just watch the chem descend. Watch, you're getting fried. Look at the stuff on the low level staying in place. And the chem bomb sucking up your day. Total nucleation going over your coast. Big frying over Newcastle and all that. Bzzz, busy day, busy day. Look at that frying that just went on over Sydney and the Garn. That just a big old fry just happened. Look at that. I'm going to turn some of this off again. You know where you're at? You're in a deep fryer. You're in a microwave if you're under this. Look at this. Bzzz, turning it on, man. Turning it on. While you were sleeping, man. They fried your ass away. Get up. Bzzz. Go to work. Be good slaves. Go make those taxes for them so they can spend them in the sky, bombing you with chem. Look at this shit off your coast. Boom, boom, boom. You're plumed. On they plume while they take your doubloons. Golden blooms and pieces of 8 all belong to Applegate. I just gave my age away, didn't I? That's a very interesting chem one there. Very interesting chem bomb. Why is it interesting? Because people don't acknowledge it. That's what makes it interesting. It's right in front of your eyes on your own Bureau of Morons. I mean, meteorology, excuse me. I got BOM wrong. No, I didn't. At least I'm giving you a freaking warning before I go out of town. Those people done checked out long ago. Look at that chem bomb off the coast looking like a heart. I'm not loving that too much. Out in the words of Cassandra, global warming is a hoax. Global warming is a lie. It's the geoengineers that are fucking up our skies. And let's the whales head north. Let's see what they get to contend with. What's their blowholes getting blown in it today besides microplastic? Look at that big boom going off the coast here. I'll put a few names in. See if I got it right yet. All right, Gladstone. Happy bubbles to you in Bundaberg. All right, we got bubbles being made in drinks here and happy bubbles over here. Not so good, that chem bomb going off. Right, is this as much in as I can zoom? Yep. All right, let's have a look. I'm going to analyze this plume. All right, we're going to watch it. I'm going to rewind to the beginning. Boy, it just kept redeploying as it went along, didn't it? Squares. Zigzag, like Ziggy Stardust there. Boom, boom, boom. See the plumes right there? 5 of them. See it in the hex? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a direct line from that chemtrail. These are boom boom plumes, man. These are chem bombs. Chem bombs fucking suck. Yeah, I see what's going on here. And I'm going to get to you. Right now, I'm more concerned about my whales. And my reef. My beautiful reef. Being toxified by man. Look at this one. Look at that. Backwards in time. Right? Nothing's there. An emanation point. Boom! There it is. Dispersed into a square within 10 minutes. Still now it's spiking out. Hydraing. sifting while this whole line of crap continues to deploy, and we got another hex over here. How much can you watch at once? Boom, boom, boom. It's a fireworks show that you're not invited to. You're not allowed to know what's going on in the sky over the Great Barrier Reef if this stuff is falling out. And if we're making acids in the sky, acid dissolves corals. It's counterintuitive to saving something to put something in that dissolves and destroys it. And we must say no to the Paris Accords and the spraying of stuff in our skies. Let's plant trees. Let's plant trees that should be in places that grew there before, not stuff that you're going to harvest to build a house. Stuff that's never going to be harvested, that's just there to give you oxygen and to take CO2 out of the air, to give homes to animals and feed them with their nuts and berries. Otherwise, this whole world needs to suck my nuts if we can't plant things that give nuts to animals. Look at that boom, boom, plume right there. Delta formation. Right over here. Okay? This is proof of geoengineering your skies. I'm getting upset watching it. I'm going to make it through this broadcast. If you don't believe that chem bombs are real, look with this. Go look your own self. I'm only using public broadcasted stuff that's allowed. I'm not making this up. I wouldn't make this up. You go from that formation to a delta. That's a plan, man. You just don't do that. That's man. Man does that. Man controls. Man owns. Man makes money off of the environment. They want your money, and it's a continual plume of toxins going off. Keeping the sunshine away from the coast. Keeping the sunshine off the water. Solar radiation management, by definition, steals your sunshine. Look at this plume here. Let's have a look at it. Let's hope it's natural, right? That's my only hope. So I want to look. No, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4 plumes vaguely showing there, becoming more defined. And what in the hell's going on there? A little blur out going. All on the low deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, an essential emanation point. And then gone. Or smeared out. Boom, boom, went your plumes, and boom, boom, out go the lights, man, over this ocean. No phytoplankton getting a tan that day. No photosynthesis efficiency. Adding oxygen to the water so that they say that there's a problem, because this is the problem. This is creating the problem. And well, the solution is to stop it. To say no to the Paris Accords. To say no to the additional taxes that are toxifying our planet. That are controlling life in weather events that are not in the best interest of everybody, but only in the interest of people that have vested interest of making money off of this Agenda 2030, smart cities, and everything that went with it. The track and trace, the control of what you do, where you bank, and everything you eat and spend, and your food supply is being poisoned. Your garden that you plan to eat off in emergency is being under this plume that is deploying over the top of you here. It's going to be helping to fuel storms. And to me, this is tragic. It's absolutely tragic that we're not even allowed to grow a carrot of the kind we want anymore without the government saying, you may plant this, you may plant that. And those laws are going into effect in Australia, and I became aware of them. They came into effect here a long time ago. They told you certain apples you couldn't have in your yard anymore. You had to grow the one the EU said. Look at this plume here. Right? And so they did. So they cut down a lot of them, but some people didn't. They took cuttings, and they made sure the natural survives. Because sometimes when the laws become so unjust and so unfair, you must defy them. Especially when it doesn't hurt anybody. It's not hurting anybody for you to grow a certain kind of apple and make an apple pie in your garden. You ain't killing nobody. You're providing life, and you're keeping heirloom trees alive. And it's up to us to be the guardians of things. To make the heirlooms. What's your heritage going to be? Is it going to be this? Or not? Or this? Or not? Or this? You want it? You want the new snows? You want to have it over the next 10 days? There you go. Have it. They have weather plans, but they can't tell you a forecast. They have their eyes on your homes. They want you moving where they want you to move. And if you don't believe me, that's okay. They can move you anyhow. They want you to own nothing and be happy about that. How does that make you feel? while you're paying the bills for all this that's going on now. While this accumulation of rain is here, could be a lie to come here. Could be a big lie. When they won't agree on a weather forecast that says there's your or that. Which one do you want? Who do you believe? Who do you believe? I've told you your forecast. You know that your motor is owned and you have to watch your skies every day for electromagnetic frequency, for chemtrails, and the weather plan. And you got to add it all together, and you better get some basic knowledge of pressures and know how pressure pumps work and how moisture could be taken up and in. Or you're just going to cop it regularly, you're going to bend over and take it while they drive. Well, I'm going to be in my own driver's seat. There's your forecast, and I'll tell you what. How much more of this you going to take? How much more of this you going to allow yourself to breathe? How much more will the earth take from us before it shakes us off like fleas on a dog's back? Big love, people. Peace.